Hello. Sorry, you've just caught me reading just a family law book. It's don't worry too much about it. It's just something that I spend a lot of time perusing. This book. McKenzie friend. I'm a McKenzie friend. But the real question is, what formal qualifications have I got in order to be a McKenzie friend? And in the simplest terms, I haven't got any. In the simplest terms, every McKenzie friend in the country has not got any formal qualifications required to be a McKenzie friend. They may have qualifications, they may have law experience, as I do, but I don't require it in order to fulfil the criteria to be a McKenzie friend. And therein lies the problem. Run the intro. McKenzie friend. In one of our other videos, and I'm not gonna go through it again now. In one of our other videos, we talk about the history of McKenzie friend and how it came about. And the instrument basically allows anybody and everybody to be supported in court. That is the purpose of the McKenzie friend instrument. And it's absolutely right. It's absolutely right that everybody should be entitled to be supported when they end up in a court. So that's a good thing. McKenzie friend is a good thing from that point of view. But here comes the downside. The downside is that anybody can be a McKenzie friend. So if you realise that you don't want to use a solicitor, you don't want to go down the traditional solicitor route, and you're looking for an alternative, for whatever reason, because you don't hold with solicitors, because you can't afford a solicitor, whatever the reason is, you are choosing to look for the alternative, and the alternative is McKenzie friend. So you're now in the market for a McKenzie friend. What are you going to buy? It's like the Wild West in the McKenzie friend market, because there is a massive spectrum of capability. And there is a massive spectrum of attitude from McKenzie friends. We have got McKenzie friends out there whose role in life, whose purpose in life is not particularly to support you in whatever it is your matter is. Their purpose in life is to be able to get into a court of law in order that they can voice their opinion, because they want to represent misrepresented fathers, because they want to beat the drum for the underdog. And that's fine. I have no issue with anybody who's looking to represent the downtrodden. I have no issue with that at all. But the McKenzie friend instrument, the McKenzie friend vehicle, should be more than that. So when you're going into the market looking for a McKenzie friend, you need to ask yourself a few questions. What am I looking for? Am I looking for somebody who understands and is experienced in the court system, be it the family court system or the civil court system? Am I looking for that? Am I looking for somebody who is going to support me emotionally in terms of this process? Am I looking for somebody who is going to support me in terms of the work that I need to do to get me through this journey and get me through the court process, through the proceedings? If I'm looking for all of those things, then when I start to identify McKenzie friends, I probably need to be looking at McKenzie friends who refer to themselves as professional. I probably need to be looking at McKenzie friends who potentially are part of a practice. I probably need to be looking for McKenzie friends who, just from their demeanour when I meet them or I talk to them on the phone, it's self-apparent that they align themselves fairly closely with solicitors and barristers rather than aligning themselves with protesters. Because there is an element in the McKenzie friend market who are protesters. Their role is to protest for, as I say, the dad who's been misrepresented, for the underdog. And that's fine, that's great. I have every sympathy with them. but that's not what we're here to do. That's not what I believe the McKenzie Friend vehicle is here to do. Here at McKenzie Picave, we have been McKenzie Friends for a very long time. And we do align ourselves very closely to solicitors and barristers and people who work with us, our clients over the years, all believe that the reason they're working with us is because we are more aligned to a solicitor than we are to any other purpose. They believe that the reason that they are coming to work with us is because we are going to represent them with our legal experience, and we are going to support them once we get into the courtroom. And that's what we do. And I hope that's what we do with all of our clients. And so the original question was, what qualifications do you need to be a McKenzie Friend? And the answer is none. The next question is, what do you need, perhaps not qualifications, but what credentials do you need to be a McKenzie Friend who is going to support you in your plight? And the answer to that question is quite a long list. I'm looking for legal experience, I'm looking for court experience, I'm looking for some empathy, I'm looking for somebody who understands human nature, somebody who is a people person, so the list goes on and on and on. That's what I'm looking for if I'm going to find a McKenzie Friend who is going to serve a purpose for me. At the start of a trial, the start of a hearing, when a McKenzie Friend gets introduced, the first thing that happens is that the magistrate or judge asks the room if anybody objects to the McKenzie Friend being there. In all the time that I've been in a courtroom, I have never once been objected to, and the team here at McKenzie Picave, we have never once been objected to in all the time that we've been in and out of courtrooms across the UK. And we're quite proud of that. And we believe that is because we present ourselves as professional legal people. When we turn into the courtroom, we respect the courtroom, we respect the protocols, we respect the etiquette, but we understand why we're there, and we understand the value of what we do for our client. I obviously work with a number of barristers and get to know a number of barristers over the time we've been in and out of court. And there are a couple of barristers who have said to me that every time the judge or the magistrate says, we have a McKenzie Friend in the room, does anybody object? Every time they object. And the reason they object is because their experience of McKenzie Friends is that they are going to be disruptive, they are going to be troublemakers, they are going to be opinionated, they are going to have very little regard for the protocols and the etiquette of the courtroom. Those same barristers have been in courtrooms with me. But because we have had opportunity to have a conversation before the court starts, before the hearing starts, when their question is asked, do you wish to object, they choose not to. Hopefully that is testimony to the professionalism that we bring here at McKenzie Picave, because we align ourselves with solicitors. So if you'd like a McKenzie Friend who aligns themselves with a solicitor as a viable alternative to a solicitor, who brings as much knowledge as a solicitor, then we welcome the opportunity to talk to you. I understand the McKenzie Friend vehicle. I understand why it is that for some people the vehicle is just an opportunity that in order that they can get themselves into a courtroom, and in order that they can protest and opinionate and fight on behalf of the weak and fight on behalf of the misrepresented. I understand that, and there's value in that, and there's a time for that. But that's not what we do. What we do is we help ordinary people find their way through the courtroom. We help ordinary people work with what is a congested, under-resourced, hideously busy court system and navigate their way through it, hopefully to a fair resolution. We're McKenzie Picave and we're McKenzie Friends. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to learn more about Daniel Picave Counselling, watch that video. If you want to learn more about McKenzie Picave Family Law, watch that video. And remember to subscribe, because 68% of you haven't. See you next time.